잠깐. 누구야? 어제 어트랙션 관리한 놈. 총을 맞았는데 관역이 안 넘어가잖아. 어버이께서 안 보고 계신다고 대충 할 생각이냐?
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Ekamac, this is Limbus Company. Last we saw of this game, I beat the current Kanto, so there's nothing of note there, but someone new came out. Oh. We missed out on some ideality, oh well. We also missed out on some more ideality, whoops. But anyway, we have the Priest of La Mancha Land, Gregor. So, let's have a look at what numbers he has. Sacrifice for the family. Gain aggro to the skill slot next turn. Coin power for every bleed on the target to a maximum of 2. So, he could actually roll a 15 on this initial skill. He also gains bleed. If he has a lot of HP, then he gains a lot of bleed. I feel like this identity isn't going to work well in low levels where that much damage is actually going to hurt a lot, but at this level with 279 HP, I don't think he'll care. Also, he's replaced his bug arm with blood. Alright, so inflict bleed, inflict rupture, gain 3 bloodied hand. At 10 plus, convert to bloody hand 2. At 20 plus, convert to bloody hand 3. Revert to a previous stage when dropping below the requirements. It caps out at 10, so unfortunately he does have the problem that the Barber has where his build-up is kind of slow. But yeah, gain offense level at Bloodied Hand 2, offense level at Bloody Hand 3 based on the stack. It doesn't actually tell you how much the stack it will give. Additionally, inflict 1 rupture and 1 bleed on hit with base skills. Interesting. Suffocating Guilt. 4 plus 6, so it rolls a nat 16. Man, I remember when Force being able to roll a nat 16 was a really impressive thing and made up for her skill 3 being kind of bad. Okay, so gain coin power for every bleed on the target, so it reaches 8 coin power. Darn. On use, gain 10 bleed. At 5 plus Ailing Heart, consume up to 60 Blood Feast. Then gain Bloody Hand for every Blood Feast consumed. He's 3rd Kindred also. So he can get 10 Bloodied Hand in a single... If there's enough Blood Feast going around, and with his self-bleed that can happen quite easily, he can jump an entire stage using this skill. At less than 5 Ailing Heart, gain 10 bleed and 3 Bloodied Hand. Okay. Inflict bleed count. There's the bleed count of Blood Fiends that we've needed. Inflict rupture and gain more Bloodied Hand. I think the idea is that once you reach the 10 or the 20, it immediately converts over. It's not a turn-end thing, so using skill multiple times or gaining Bloodied Hand multiple times per skill is going to upgrade it so it doesn't cap completely, just somewhat. And skill 3, the Unforgivable Sin. On hit, heal 50% of the HP damage dealt. Max 100 per skill. Okay, he can heal 100 HP, not bad. Deal more damage per every missing HP to a maximum of 90%, so he nearly doubles his damage dealt. And given that he heals 50% of the damage dealt, it basically means he's rolling his net numbers here for healing. If target has bleed, coin power. Consume every excess stack of Bloodied Hand past stack 10 to gain from following effects. Heal HP times... heal a stack consumed by H3. If we consume 10 stacks, gain coin power. If we consume 20 stacks, reuse the final coin. So let's just assume we're running at full... base power is 12, so 17, only just barely stronger than his skill 2. However, if the target has bleed, then it becomes 20. So he can either roll a... what would it be? 21 or a 25. He's gonna make people suffer. On use, gain bleed after attack, heal HP on self. So just a flat out 10% HP heal. Cool. On you, on hit, gain 3 bloodied hand. On hit, inflict bleed count and rupture count. On hit, inflict bleed and rupture. So he's going to lose. He's going to lose out there then. And finally, defense skill Faded Patience. At lots of HP, gain 5 bleed, activate bleed up to 3 times on self, once per turn. Lose bleed count equal to the number of times activated. At less than 40% HP, consume up to 20 Blood Feast and heal the same as HP. Interesting. I wonder if this means that you could bleed yourself past 40% and then immediately heal it off with the Blood Feast. Gain 5 bleed, activate bleed up to 3 times, means it's 15. So as long as you're 5 HP above the roughly. So you basically need to be 15 HP above 40% HP. But you'd also want to have 5 Blood Feast already banked up. Anyway, gain 3 Ailing Heart once per turn. Gain 1 stack at turn end. Gain defense level up for every stack. At 50% less HP, gain another defense level for every 3 stacks. So you could have 6 defense level from that. At 40% HP, on hit with base skills, heal. Stack times 5% of damage dealt on hit as HP. Minimum of 1, it rounds down, heal up to 30 HP per skill. Alright, so he's quite the tanky thing here. Rather than negating status effects outright, he sort of just heals off any excess damage. So he can be bursted down, but it's going to be really hard to do with a defense level of 5. Anyway, I came prepared.
내가 그대를 대신하여 용서하다. 어버이는 날 용서치 않으시겠지.
Oh, self-flagellation whip. Let me find my testing build. Okay, so let's have a look at this. At the moment, it just rolls a 9, which isn't nice. Gains aggro and gains bleed. At 50% or more HP, gain more bleed. Inflict a bleed, inflict a rupture, gain bloodied hand. Suffocate in your guilt. And this actually does have Faded Patience still. Also plus 5 to his defense level, not bad. So I actually have an idea for seeing this guy in action. It is a waste, but if we scroll all the way back to Outcast and go into dance time.
원하신다면
달리자, 로신한테! 내가 나설 차례인가?
I want to see how much bleed eats through at his HP at level 1.
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니까? 특히 저번처럼 소매 단추를 달랑거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보여서는
You know, maybe I actually need to uptie him to gain the auto bleed effects, but the fun thing is, Don Quixote is so high level that her evade is never going to really matter. Whoop.
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니까? 특히 저번처럼 소매 단추를 달랑거리는 채로 제압하는
So
직원이
111 HP, his first stagger threshold is at 88.
그쪽도 죄인인가? 또한
Oh,
용서할
good gravy. He's already staggered.
제압개체 상태가 좋지 않습니다.
Or rather, he's already past the stagger threshold.
효율적인 효과를
나를
이끌어낼 수
지켜보고
있겠죠.
있었군.
You look so messed up for someone who's taken 4 HP of damage. Yeah, he's actually going to kill himself. Unless we get him to this level. But yeah, you clearly aren't supposed to get this identity so early in the game.
영원히 잠들어.
Because it's going to just self-destruct with bleed is the problem.
대여섯 번은 어긴 직원들도 보이는데 이 책임은 다음에 묻도록 하죠.
And he doesn't have his auto heal effect on his Uptie, so whoops. Actually, wait. This is why I brought Don Quixote along, just in case he exploded from self-bleed and cost us the fight, even though it would have refunded us. So let me see. Heal stack times 5% of damage. Or rather, of damage dealt on hit. But we can give him an extra stack here if he guards again.
진이다!
또한 용서할 테니 영원히 잠들어.
제압개체 하나를 처리했습니다. 남은 개체들도 같은 기세로 처리해보죠.
Yeah, I think I need to start having him use his skill 3 there. Fortunately, he has a full line of skill 3.
그쪽도 죄인인가? 또한 영원히 잠들어.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
But yeah, I pity the person who pulled this identity at the start of the game and thought, oh, a triple star, that's really cool! And then they get this nonsense. Oh. Oh. Okay, first of all, we don't have a passive, so he's not showing up here. Righteous Retribution, okay. I want to see what her new ego... She probably has a new catchphrase for her ego?
그쪽도 죄인인가? 또한 용서할 테니 영원히 잠들어.
But oh boy, he's, At low levels, he's kind of destructive, isn't he? Extremely self-destructive, which is entirely in character.
피가 잔뜩 흘러넘치고 있고 아니 한 방울이라도 괜찮으니까 내게 줘. 어머니께서 여기서 자르신다 해도.
Bloody, isn't it? So then, if we uptie him to 1. If target has 6 bleed, gain coin power. He needs it if he's rolling a 9. When you gain 10 bleed, at 50% plus HP, gain 15 more bleed, gain 2 bloodied hand on hit. If target has bleed, gain coin power, gain 10 bleed, 5 ailing heart. Yeah, he just gets 10 bleed every time. He needs that massive HP pool. Self-destructive dedication. At turn, heal this much SP for the ally with the least SP. In this encounter, when this unit takes damage that brings their HP down to 0, nullify the damage. This unit's HP cannot drop below 1 for the turn. This sounded busted when it arrived, but given how much he mauls his own HP bar... I kind of want to send him in again, but maybe we'll wait until we get something else to play with. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Anyway, this upgrades his speed range to 4 to 6, which is good for a tank. The Unforgivable Sin. On hit with this skill, heal 50% of its HP damage dealt. Target's bleed, consume, gained in. So even at his best, he's always at risk of killing himself with his bleed. Probably where you need to get that final level of Uptie from anyway. Deal 1% more damage for every missing HP on self. As we've established, it's very easy to get a lot of missing HP. If the target is 6 bleed, coin power +1. Consume every stack of Bloody Tan past 10 stacks to gain the following effects. Heal HP on self. A stack consumed times 3 HP on self. Yes, that's very important. Yeah, this is perhaps the one skill that he can survive with using. Anyhow, yeah, bleed to count, rupture, all the good stuff. Okay, this raises the coin power to 4, so he now rolls an 11. Depending on what you want him to do, that's either good or bad. Gain 10 bleed at 50% plus HP, gain 15 additional bleed. He really didn't need to bleed even further. Suffocating Guilt. Gain 3 aggro to this skill slot next turn. If target is 6 HP. It just struck me that Gregor is usually the healing backup passive. So it's actually going to be rather difficult to keep him alive without his own identities to heal him off. Oh dear. Suffocating Guilt. On use, gain 3 aggro to the skill slot next turn. If the target has 6 plus bleed, coin power +1. Oh yeah, it increases the coin power. That's the only difference it makes. And Resonance. Don Quixote Hard Blood Arts 6 Whip. One ally with the lowest HP percentage heals 3 HP on hit 3 times per turn. Not bad. It can work in unfocused encounters, and it can works better in unfocused encounters, but if you are doing a solo run, you'd probably want to use... I guess it depends on what you have access to. This is worth more than Chef Gregor's healing, but it's still a resonance. Anyway,
수치를 가린다 하여도 품었던 갈증은 여전히 나를 괴롭힙니다.
resorting to whipping yourself again? You certainly are impatient. Ugh. Haven't I asked you to knock first? Have you given a thought about the I also recall asking you not to bring up that subject before me again. Still unwilling to participate in the plan? I refuse to consult you on your plan. Isn't it clear to you that Father no longer cares about us? Your plan, it's filial piety. You mustn't. The child's eyes begin to tremble uncontrollably from the instinctive revulsion and fear at the thought of it. The unbreakable bond formed from the blood. Most blood fiends cannot defy, let alone break that bond. But within the child's heart was an even more severe desire growing. And upon noticing it, the child with his scissors did not waste a moment to capitalize on it. No, we must. How many more years do you think our family has? 5 years? 10? Even less! Another year like this and we'll all go insane. You know this better than anyone. Day after day, you sit here and listen to their desperation. We can come up with ideas for better rides, attractions. Something to draw more people in here. Something to get them to willingly pay more blood packs for. That is irrelevant! She raised her voice, frustrated at the child's obstinacy. She slammed her scissors on the marble floor and the confessional echoed with the discomforting noise of metal. Has La Mancha Land ever been short of guests? It's always been teeming with guests paying hundreds upon hundreds of blood packs. But it's not enough. It's just not enough for everyone in the family. This stagnant, unmoving blood will never be enough to save us at all. Never, no matter how much we drink. But it was you who helped Father create hemobars, wasn't it? To address that exact problem. Hemobars created by combining and compressing the blood of animals with that of humans. A necessary evil, that's all it was. To have enough to feed our family. Hemobars were our only option. Yeah, it was flavorless. But unlike the blood packs that quickly lost their freshness, hemobars were a great invention that could feed the whole family. Sure, it alleviated the hunger and the thirst. For a moment. But did any of us feel even a glimpse of happiness during the entire time we filled ourselves with it? This is nothing more than a slow, slow death. I believe we have only months before the family loses control over their craving for blood of our guests anyway. If I could give them my blood instead, I would have. A meaningless ideation. The scissors-wielding child stared uninterestedly at the stream of blood pouring from the child's back. She would not have been able to hold herself back had it been a human blood, but the blood of our kindred is lesser than the blood of animals. It's just meaningless, diseased blood that does nothing to fill our desires. Come to your senses, priest. It was always an impossible dream. The only way for us blood fiends to be happy is to drink the blood directly from human flesh. The father of these children is aware of that truth. But the father, who sought the dream of coexistence, could not permit them to directly covet human blood. There was only one incontestable reason he forbade the family their happiness. Anyone who's had their blood drained directly below a Bloodfiend is bound to eventually turn into a blood bag, no matter how long it takes. And that would mean the end of coexistence, and that is why this became an unforgivable sin in the eyes of the father. Are you not afraid of Father's fury, Utis? I am, deathly so, which is why we are coming up with a strategy. Besides, it's not like we seek his death, just until our father comes to his senses. How will you even get him to don the helm? Perhaps her words, clarifying that they weren't seeking the father's death, came to this child as an exoneration. And for the first time, the child's interest was piqued. Now, are we ready to have a conversation? Do you recall how our father created Rocinante prior to his departure? I do. He used up a significant amount of his own blood to create Rocinante, and after a long time on the road, he must still be deeply fatigued. That will be our opening to place the helm over his head. As for the second step of our plan, I'll let you in on it as soon as you agree to be a part of it. Even after the godly dressed child left, this child cannot help but shudder from the crushing guilt. He continued to whip himself, again and again. The family, no, for our father in blood. But this profane thought refused to leave his mind, no matter how much he whipped himself. Every strike of the whip, every scar that formed on his skin, only reminded him of the possibilities this thought granted. The child put down the whip and utters an unthinkable sentence. Even if he would smite us down with his great vengeance, if this will get him to see this suffering. The child's heart, which had slowly begun to sway after countless consultations with the family, crumbled completely in the face of the justification that this was, after all, for the father. The day of rebellion was here, the child now a part of this plan. Father was to return home after the long days of adventure. Countless hunters surrounded the now blood-soaked child. He'd been in this situation countless times in the past, but after years spent in La Mancha Land, all of this felt so new to him. Maybe they really could have coexisted even with the hunters, if a day like today did not come to pass. You did not pay La Mancha Land a visit once, ever since the Bloodfiend was over. I see that you've managed to suppress your hatred of our kind. Why was that, I wonder? Were you merely curious, or was there something else? I guess the answer doesn't matter anymore. There was a doubt in my heart, even as we ran toward the stench of blood, the screaming. I wonder if La Mancha Land had become under siege by a different family that were envious of your success. A foolish thought. A thought that father would have been overjoyed to hear. I admit we were foolish to hope. The ranks of Bloodfiend hunters will only grow like wild grass in the fields. And when this day becomes history, they'll all learn a lesson from our folly. That you Bloodfiends are evil by nature. That you can never change what you are. With that, neither the child nor the hunters said a word. They both knew that further communication was meaningless. There is only a singular thought in the child's head as he watches the hunters expire. It's not about his sin, it's not about the upcoming punishment. It's joy. It was the child's only thought, his only emotion as he took in the hunter's blood drenching his body. Nature really ruins the attempt at coexistence there. Anyway, I can't get him to Uptie 4, but that gives him coin power plus 2. And a bit more bleed, a little bit more bloody hand. Suffocating Guilt also gets the bonus to his bonus coin power and a bit more bloodied hand. Deal 1.5% more damage for every 1% to a max of 90%. Actually, how much would that be? So yeah, when he loses 60% of his HP, that's when his damage hits max here. If this unit consumed 20 stacks, reuse the final coin. Gain 10 bleed, and then heal 10% HP on self, gain some bloody... Oh. So he does get his bloodied hands back. And this is where he gains his survival trick on his guard skill. At less than 40% HP, consume up to 20 Blood Feast, heal the same value as HP. So he can heal up to 20 HP from this. Okay, heal SP for the ally with least SP. On top of his negate 1 lethal blow. Oh, if said target is hit by if the ally has bleed. No wait, if the target of the ally has bleed, then heal another 3 HP, so that becomes 6 HP. Not bad. And we do it again.
내가 나설 차례인가?
He's slightly higher
결국은
HP.
나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다. 정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 부서 아니겠습니까?
죄인인가?
직원들 복장 점검은 다 마치셨습니까? 특히 저번처럼 소매 단추를 달랑거리는 채로 제압하는 직원이 보였습니다.
Oh yeah, that knocks off about 25 HP.
제압 개체 상태가 좋지 않습니다.
상담은
제대로 된
나중에
일격만 가한다면 효율적인
그래,
효과를
At less than 5 ailing heart, then gain another 10 bleed. Right, I forgot about that.
출진이다!
Well, we have 5 ailing heart now.
할 테니
You got what you wanted.
치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Right, this is what can balance his HP loss a little bit better.
출진이다.
영원히 잠들어라.
제 앞에
It's just a
차량을
little blood
처리했습니다.
loss, right?
남은 개체들도 같은 기세로 처리해보죠.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna show this. Let's see if she has a fancy new skin. Actually, wait, no. Hit this one. Let's see if she has new dialogue for her ego.
출진이다.
피는
올바른 방법으로 개체에게
Honestly, this actually feels a bit like a better she-core identity. Oh, well, no, not quite. It feels like what the original she association. I said she-core, didn't I? Feels like a better she association identity,
피가 잔뜩 흘러.
like a reference to the original, where
아니 한 방울에
they would arrive close to dead.
여기서 자르신다 해도
Yeah, they would arrive in the library close to dead, but it would give them bonus for being at low HP. And now,
부디 정신을
Priest
잃지
Gregor eats through his HP bar very quickly.
응원도 결국은 나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다.
출진이다.
정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 부서 아니겠습니까?
Yeah, it eats
응원도
through his HP bar
결국은
very
나약한
quickly,
자들이나 듣고 싶어하는
but he also
위안일 뿐입니다.
gains advantages from basically he's expected to be around the halfway point, which is why he starts out with such higher HP bar than
여유가 없군.
he should for his level.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
출진이다.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
출진이다.
또한 용서할 테 영원히 잠들어라.
Oh yeah, he's hit his level 3 bloodied hands, and so he's got the terrifying mask on. Anyhow, okay. Ooh, he nearly got staggered there.
달려라 루신한테.
Ah,
정의는 승리한다.
I think she's still using the same catchphrase. Oh well, it's not as major a twist as it was with Heathcliff and with Ishmael, so it makes sense.
저희가 우세한 상황입니다. 이미 매뉴얼을 대여섯 번은 어긴 직원들도 보이는데 이 책임은 다음에 묻도록 하죠.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
Turns into a big bloodied whip, doesn't it? Anyway, until next time, guys, take care. We'll see you all around.
피가 잔뜩 흘러 넘치고 있고 아니 한 방울이라도 괜찮으니까 내게 줘. 어머니께서 여기서 자르신다 해도 그 저택을 본 적이 있나? 폭풍과 벼락만이 유일한 손님이 갈증을 참거나 잊고자 하는 그 어떤 방법도 소용없다는 건 알고 있어. 다 해봤거든. 하지만 그런 상투적인 말을 빼면 난 무슨 말을 해줄 수 있지? 그런 방법을 알고 있다면 제발 나도 알고 싶다.